definitely not.
So did he just start doing it? Like,
yeah, and then it was so
Did he
quick.
just take your, did he take your clothes, or did you take your clothes off?
He took off my clothes, and it happened so quick and fast to where it never really registered as anything even happening. And I'm not even trying to be funny, but it was so small that I didn't even feel anything. I kind of grew up communist-ish. And
you say communist-ish?
Yeah, like where we didn't really believe in like the government, and we kind of were just kind of like traveling in the van and vegan. And every time I mentioned anything about me having a father or anything like that, she said it was like something where it happened. The only time that she had intercourse was months before, or not months, years before I was even born. So I don't know about that. But
so okay, so let's take a second. All right, did you feel any way about those kind of janky explanations?
She wants me and my boyfriend to travel with her and still go back to.
Do you feel like she kind of wants to control you a little bit?
It wasn't nothing weird.
Huh?
But
wow.
It was weird. Yeah.
How did you meet your boyfriend? Because y'all seem kind of different.
At a truck stop, which is kind of weird to say.
I tell you what, it's the reason why I asked that question, because I was thinking like, yeah, I don't need to ask it with this one, but yeah, you never know. You never know. So. Wow. What's up, YouTube? I want to once again thank everybody who comes up to me in the street and shows me real love. Y'all don't even know. It keeps me thankful. It keeps my tank full. Now, back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one. Fresh off of vacation. How you doing today, miss? Good. All right. So, are you homeless? What's your situation?
I'm in between places right now.
Okay, so kind of in between here, there. I get it. All right. How old are you?
18.
What? You're 18?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you're 18, and so how long have you been in this touch and go situation?
For a while, I guess. I kind of grew up that way because I kind of grew up communist-ish and
You say communist-ish?
Yeah, like where we didn't really believe in like the government, and we kind of were just kind of like traveling in the van and vegan and
wow. And, was this like Hebrew Israelite type stuff, or was this like
I really don't know my mom's beliefs. She just
so he was just growing up, and
yep, she was
that's what it was.
And liked to do organic things, and we just traveled the world and other stuff like that. So I've kind of been, even though I always had a place to stay, I always been around and moving. And,
I get it, kind of on the go like type deal. Yeah. Wow.
But other than that, I'm fairly new to this area.
How long you been out here in Atlanta?
Off and on for about 5 years.
Off and on for about 5 years. Okay. And so, do you have any kids?
I'm pregnant.
Okay, because you had said your baby daddy.
Yeah.
Okay. How many months? Let me see this.
Yeah, 4 months.
Okay, I see the little bump. Yeah. I see the bump. Okay, so you're 4 months pregnant. All right. Well, congrats. Okay, congrats. All right, and so, and that's your dude. How old is your dude, by the way?
27.
Okay, 27. Okay. Alrighty, and so long story short, so you've kind of been in this situation kind of your whole life, never been married, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's just start from the beginning. So, where are you from?
My people are from Michigan, but I was born right outside Chicago.
Okay. So, shout out to Michigan, man, and definitely shout out that Chi-Town, man, all day long. So, if you had to say, where would you say you grew up most?
Probably between here and Florida.
Okay, what part of Florida?
Miami, Fort Lauderdale area.
Okay, because Florida is like got many different parts.
Yeah.
And they're all different. From Miami to Jacksonville to the Panhandle, all that stuff is way different.
Very different.
Okay. So grew up in the Miami area, that kind of area. Okay, and so growing up, did you have both mom and dad in the household?
No, just my mom.
Just mom?
My mom and my grandma. They raised
Mom and grandma. Where was dad at?
I never met my dad, and she didn't really talk about him too much. She just kind of said that he was just, she didn't really have a reason to say that where he was or what he was. She just kind of said that she made me herself and been praying for me since she was a baby, and when it was time for her to have the baby, she just got pregnant. Every time I mentioned anything about me having a father or anything like that, she said it was like something where it happened. The only time that she had intercourse was months before, or not months, years before I was even born. So I don't know about that. But
so okay, so let's take a second. All right, let's take a second, right? Did you feel any way about those kind of janky explanations?
Well, felt like I wanted more explanations only because, you know, everybody wants to know.
Everybody deserves to know, yeah, their biological parents.
Questions. But other than that, me feeling like I was left out of anything or missed having a father figure, no, not really. I had a lot of uncles, and my grandma and my mom were there to pretty much raise me, so I didn't feel left out on that.
Well, I get that, but was there any frustration to the explanations that you was given, which, you know, like she's saying, like you were born from immaculate conception?
Yeah.
So you're like the next coming to Jesus.
That's pretty much what she said.
Right. So I'm saying, just in reality, like we have a tendency to always want to defend our parents, and I get that, right? I know you love your mom, but in reality, did you feel any type of way about that?
A little bit. Like I said, I only felt some type of way because of how other people questioned me about it.
And you couldn't provide like an intelligent answer,
an
basically.
Answer that made sense, especially with other kids. But other than that, no, I never really felt no type of way. I really didn't. It wasn't where. I guess you could say that she's more of a feminist, so it wasn't really anything to do with men anyway. I wasn't raised to be like, oh, I need a man.
I get it. Okay, so growing up, would you say that you had a fairly normal childhood?
Other than, you know, traveling and being vegan and being homeschooled, never going to school and other stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah,
I just had a conversation with a homeschool person. They expressed to me that they had a little bit of resentment from not being able to get that socialization that comes with school. Did you feel that way?
Definitely on the socialization. I definitely wanted to socialize more with kids, especially at a younger age, and I was a lot more sheltered and kept in and just to do my homework and my readings and stuff like that. I wasn't really...
How did that make you feel?
Well, I guess it kind of made me feel sad, although I had a lot of imaginary friends.
You had imaginary friends?
Yeah,
wow.
A lot of imaginary friends because I'm also an only child.
I was just about to ask, so you didn't have any siblings?
Nope, I'm an only child, so I just, other than going to the park and other stuff like that, I pretty much was just a loner. Yeah, I didn't really have a lot of social
What effect do you think that had on you up to these 18 years in life? Like up to this point, what effect do you think that's had on you?
The only effect I think it's had now is now I'm more of a goofball and very outspoken, and I like to do things and other things like that, where a lot of people can be sheltered and preserved. And
right, you're trying to experience life at this point.
Exactly, and I just burst out
with
energy and a whole bunch of other stuff like that. And I'm trying to learn how to calm down on that note. But
how did you meet your boyfriend? Because y'all seem kind of different.
At a truck stop, which is kind of weird to say, but no, I was coming through town, and my mom actually met him. And she was like, he was like, oh yeah, I stay back where y'all used to stay at, and y'all could park y'all car by where we are, and, you know, leave in the morning, because we were just passing through. And then I got to know him a bit more, and he came to travel with us, and, you know, our relationship kind of grew. And then...
Is, like, mom cool with y'all's relationship? Like, is she good with it?
Yeah, she's cool with it.
Okay. And so where's mom at right now? Is she still traveling, or what's the deal with her?
She is still traveling, but she is here to my knowledge. I don't really...
Your knowledge?
I keep in contact with her, but I don't always have a way to keep in contact with her, because she's, like I said, trying to be off the grid as much as possible, so she don't really have a phone or social media.
Did she ever explain why she wants to live that off the grid life?
Other than I guess having a better life, no, not really. I mean, she's still technically on the grid, like she has all her papers and stuff. She just doesn't really use them to her advantage in any sort. Yeah.
Now that you're 18, do you want to live a similar life to what she lived, or do you want to live more of a, what they would say, I guess, normal or on-the-grid life?
I would love to live an on-the-grid life, but right now, due to the way that she raised me, I'm not really able to, because I don't really have a social security, birth certificate, or none of that, because I was born at a house and then took from a house to a van and traveled the world. So I never have been to a hospital or a school, so I don't have no legal record. So it's kind of like I'm an illegal citizen. Wow. So I'm not really able to do things. Like, even if I was homeless, I'm not able to go to a shelter or get a regular job. I have to get an under-the-table job.
So like right now, for instance, are y'all sleeping inside or outside?
We're sleeping in a bando.
Okay. Yeah. I got you. Okay. So, during childhood, because, you're still a child, you're 18, but you're technically an adult now. So, but during childhood, did any like trauma or anything like that ever happen to you?
Other than moving to Michigan and having a very cruel, cold family, other than that, no, not really anything
cruel
traumatic.
And cold? What
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, the environment is very cold up there in Michigan.
Yeah, it is.
It's
people seriously
can be
cold.
Very turned off, especially with me being vegan and stuff like that. A lot of my cousins were like, "Oh, tofu, what's that?" Other than just, you know, little nitpicks and other stuff like that. I actually grew up pretty well. The only problems that I'm having right now is just trying to start my life for my own.
Is that not, like, for instance, when the last time you talked to your mom?
Maybe like a couple weeks ago, like 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks ago? Yeah.
Is it not to the point where you could ask her, like, hey mom, what do I need to do to get my social and my stuff?
I've tried to do that. She says the only way that she can even really fathom to get in contact with anybody that would know is doing my doula, because she was my doula.
Okay, your doula.
She was there when I was born, but I don't know her. I only know that she's out of Chicago and she's like 50 something and she's an elderly white lady. Other than that, I don't really know that much about her, and she doesn't seem to want to tell me that much about her, because she wants me and my boyfriend to travel with her and still go back to.
Do you feel like she kind of wants to control you a little bit?
I don't feel like it's controlling, but I do feel like she's trying to keep me, like shelter me and make sure that, you know, everything is.
What are your thoughts about that?
I don't mind traveling like that, but I still would like to have an option. Like, you know, I would still like to have an option to go, like she has an option to go do whatever she wanted to do because she has the ID and stuff. I don't mind going to travel with her. I just would like to have my IDs and other stuff like that, so it can, if I need to do anything,
like if you say, you got the option. So that's what I'm saying, like with you not with her having those options and her essentially keeping those options away from you, does that make any like resentment or anything like that kind of, you know, feelings kind of come in?
No resentment necessarily, but I do be feeling a little like now she wants to take care of me and him and you know, provide for us, and she has complete capability of doing. But like I said, I prefer to like try to at least live on my own a little bit.
Right.
And she doesn't have no resentment towards that either. She's like, go ahead, start your life. But at the same while,
but she's not giving you the stuff you need to start your life.
I can't really do that to start.
Right.
My life.
So that's what I'm saying.
I don't.
And so, how does that make you feel?
I don't know. To me, I don't know. To me, I just be like, okay, well, forget you. I don't need your help. I'm just gonna try to figure it on my own. I don't really feel no resentment towards her or nothing, because she's still allowing me to do that, because I didn't expect her to do that at all. But at the same while, I'm just like, I just won't involve you in whatever I'm just trying to do and trying to figure it out on my own, because she's clearly not trying to help me get my birth certificate and other stuff like that. And when she wants me to, she wants us to just, I guess, travel to wherever she's talking about in the middle of the woods to go get all that stuff. But even to check up on the baby and other stuff like that, I was about to say,
you're about to have a baby.
I need all that certain things, so the baby don't have to be off.
Does she know that you're pregnant?
Yes, she does. So she wants me to have a doula, and she's talking about paying for it and all that other stuff. My only concern is that my boyfriend wants to have it at a hospital. She wants me to have it at home. I don't mind having it either way. I've never been to a hospital, so I'm a little...
Does your boyfriend have his paperwork and all that stuff?
Yeah, he's completely on the grid. He's really the only one that's able to...
So why can't y'all, like, you know, you get like a little small apartment or something? Or is that not possible right now?
Well, right now, he's getting his stuff, because he's from South Carolina. He's getting his stuff faxed to like here to have all his Georgia ID and
so
everything like that. So he's in the
first.
process of that. Other than that, yes, that's what we're working on, getting a job and getting an apartment and everything like that. So on that note, everything's taken care of. So it's really not that big. That's why I'm not trying to be nonchalant about it, but it's not that big of an issue. But at the same while, it is, because I'm trying to get stuff prepared before the baby comes.
What do you think your mindset? Do you think that your mindset is going to change about this stuff once you're holding your baby in your arms and you know that you're in charge of protecting and providing for this life that you created? Do you think that your mindset is going to change about, you know, the nonchalant kind of energy towards it?
Well, I'm not nonchalant when it comes towards my baby, because I know if push come to shove, we could just go live in her apartment in Michigan or go with her to travel, whatever. I understand that. I just, like you said, trying to get him to get his own apartment and other things like that. So I know it's not going to be necessarily, we're not going to have to be outside with the baby or anything bad. I just, like I said, prefer to have our stuff together before anything happens. And we could still have our stuff together in Michigan. I guess we just would have to have like fare to get up there and like train ticket or a bus.
I know somebody that buys Greyhound tickets.
Yeah, like a bus ticket.
Yeah, I know somebody. You ain't got to worry about that.
To go up there, and then we'll be fine for the winter and all that other stuff like that. So I know all those. I have plans if push comes to shove.
You have backup plans.
Yeah, I have backup plans.
Okay, I got you.
It's just none of them are really mentioning anything about me having anything for myself. It would still have to be him in his name or stuff to be me.
You don't feel like people will be able to kind of control you like that? Like if you don't have, like, in other words, if you don't have an option, then they kind of control you at that point.
Well, on one hand, yeah, that's why I'm trying to get my paperwork so I can always have an option so nobody is able to control me. But on another hand, that is why I have picked the people that I have been around, like my mom or him, because they both are very trusting people, although I do, like I said, just want some independency and to have my own.
Yeah, I get it. You're at that age, so no worries. Okay. All right. Do you ever want to go to college or anything like that?
I wouldn't mind. I definitely wouldn't mind.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask it this way. Where do you see yourself, or what vision do you have for your life? Let's just say 10 years from now. Or let's say 12. So your baby's going to be 12, you're going to be 30 years old. How do you want your life to look?
Preferably us being settled, having the possibility to travel, and having a stable job for me and him. That's about it. I have a lot of talent.
Do you want your child to go to regular school and do that type of stuff?
After the age of 8, yeah.
Okay.
I will homeschool them until 8.
Okay.
Just so it can get like vital information, maybe 5, and then it can go to pre-K, stuff like that. But other than that, I wouldn't mind it going to school. I just would try to pack as much little nutritious slots as I can.
Absolutely. All right, well, listen, miss, we really appreciate you. Real quick. And I know that it's a long shot because you grew up with your mom and your grandma, but I'm just going to ask anyway. When you was younger, did anything like ever happen to you as far as any type of sexual assaults or anything like that?
No, not really. I might have, I've seen a couple things, but just the same thing that you see downtown, just drugs and other stuff like that. But it wasn't in my household. It's just us traveling the world, which is why I am thankful for my mom growing me and teaching me.
What type of stuff
that.
did you see?
Well, when you're traveling down in Miami, you could see nudity to people on drugs to, you know, I was in a lot of different, although my mom, like I said, tried to shelter me, I was in a lot of different like parties on the beach and other stuff like that. My mom didn't party, she don't drink, nothing like that, but just like I said, just opening my eyes to different environments and other stuff like that, which I do thank her, because now that I'm down here, it helps me with a lot of
right. You kind of have you ain't, it ain't new to you type deal.
Yeah.
Is he like the first guy that you had been with, or?
Yeah, pretty much. As in a serious relationship, yeah. And before I met him, I was, I guess you could say bisexual, but I was dating females, but I really wasn't dating nobody. But I was more attracted to females than I were.
Is that right?
To men. Yeah, and then I met him.
Huh.
It clicked. Like
why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? Because some people, there's always the question about if people are born that way or if it's something that happened as far as them being nurtured that way.
Well, I always felt like I was born liking girls, although my mom always did let me express being like a boy. So I don't know if she helped me along in that process or if that's just how I kind of grew up to be. But I always knew that I liked girls, and I still do like girls, but at the same while, I know that I like him and he's the person.
Is he the first male that you liked? In that way?
I've dealt with other males, but yes, he's the first male that I would see myself in a relationship or having a life with, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick, because now I'm curious now, right? Okay. And my curiosity be killing me. But anyway, okay, so real quick, at what age did you lose like your V card or whatever like that? Like you're 18 now.
I think it was like 14.
14?
Yeah.
Like how? Like, because if y'all was roaming in the van or whatever, I guess because you be just like you say, you can go parties, you do this, so I guess it'll be easy to like maybe sneak off and
Well, no, it wasn't even a sneak-off situation. It was actually not really like a mutual friend, but kind of like a guy that we kind of knew. And he was a bit older than me. And
how much older?
I think he was like 20, 30 something. Yeah.
And when you was 14?
Yeah.
And your mom knew about it?
No, she didn't know about it at all. And it just happened. It only happened once. But I guess that, and then after that, I kind of just was like, it wasn't really for me. It never scarred me or made me feel like, oh, I've got or touched or nothing. No.
Well, I mean, did you choose to have sex with him?
It wasn't a no situation. It wasn't a yes or no situation. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna sit down and have sex with you. But it wasn't. I didn't say no in the process that happened. Like I said, it just wasn't really for me until I met my baby daddy. I didn't really like men after that. It was just like, meh.
So, do you think that situation more so may have caused you to not like men type deal?
Well, like I said, before then I liked females, so I don't really know. Before then I liked females. It just happened, and then it just reassured me that I was like, yeah, males aren't really for me.
So you wouldn't say that he forced himself?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that it was definitely not. It was definitely not presented, offered. Nothing like that. It was definitely not.
So did he just start doing it? Like,
yeah, and then it was so
Did he
quick.
just take your, did he take your clothes, or did you take your clothes off?
He took off my clothes, and it happened so quick and fast to where it never really registered as anything even happening. And I'm not even trying to be funny, but it was so small that I didn't even feel anything till at 14 years old. So I didn't really register
that it had even happened.
Anything that I'd be like,
are you
okay,
in there?
Exactly. It wasn't even nothing that happened. I actually think that somebody else popped my cherry later on down the line, but it wasn't really. It happened as an experience, but it wasn't nothing to me other than being funny, low key. Like, it was just like, okay.
It was funny.
I mean, it wasn't funny, but I can look back on it and be like, although it was fucked up, it was still just like.
How did you feel immediately afterwards?
I felt a little weird about it, and felt like, should I tell my mom, or should I keep it a secret, or how should I?
Did you ever tell her?
Years later, I think about like 2 years ago.
What was her response?
She was like, oh wow, I knew it, I should have, she was upset, and she didn't, like the person, but that person had been gone out of our life. Like I said, it never really happened again. It just was.
Was he 20 or 30? Because there's a big difference between them.
I think he was like 30 something. I think he was either like,
so he's an older
20,
guy.
He was either like 28, 29, or like.
Because I mean, that's illegal.
32. Yeah, it is. And like I said, it wasn't. I guess it wasn't registered as. But I didn't. It wasn't like I wasn't like I was a young girl trying to date an older man. It wasn't nothing. I wasn't flirting with him.
How did y'all get like alone together or whatever?
I went back to go get something. We was in a hotel room, and he was like our next door neighbor or something, and I went back to go get something, and my mom wasn't feeling that well that day, and my grandma was out of town, and I went back for like 2 seconds to grab something, and like I said, it happened so fast.
Those 2 seconds, he was like the Flash.
Exactly.
He was in and out.
My mom didn't even recognize it to even be concerned, because I wasn't gone no type of long. It was a person that we were supposedly
cool with or whatever.
And it wasn't a person that we hung out with. It was like a person that we was cool with, but a person that we didn't hang out enough with to be like
trusting type of deal.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing weird.
Huh?
But
wow.
It was weird. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it's the reason why I asked that question, because I was thinking like, yeah, I don't need to ask it with this one, but yeah, you never know. You never know. So, wow. Okay. Well, listen, like I say, definitely congratulations.
Thank you.
And let me ask you real quick, what do you think if your mom were to happen to stumble across this video on YouTube? What do you think her thoughts and her reactions would be?
She'd probably be excited, happy to see me.
She was like, look at my girl.
Exactly. She would love
I saw you on YouTube.
Exactly. She's probably going to send it to me. Her and my grandma love to watch some YouTube.
Okay.
So that's about the only social media.
Shout out mom and grandma,
exactly.
man.
That's
Shout them out.
The only social media that they use is YouTube.
All right. Well, listen, like I say, so if anybody out there did want to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way they could do that? Social media, Cash App, anything like that?
I do have an Instagram.
What's your Insta?
My Instagram is it's ITS dot CHLOE.
CHLOE? Okay, it's Chloe? Okay. All right. No Cash App or anything?
Cash App, it's Silk. Well, $ Silk.
Okay.
Then the letter C.
Okay.
And then 44.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, miss, like I say, we appreciate you and definitely wish you nothing but the best, all right?
Yeah.
Make sure you have a good one, sweetie.
You too.
All right.